Hey, everybody, it's Friday. It's the Friday before a long weekend. We want to say hi to our ASTE community, and this is our ASTE Community Connect live stream. I'm Melody, and I'm with Anthony here, and we want to say hello and tell you what's going on with our ASTE community. Anthony, you want to start with some educator shout outs?
Yeah, I would like to give a shout out to all the educators and educational professionals on the ASTE board. We had our first board meeting for the 2025 conference, and it was spectacular. Might have been a bit long, but we spent a lot of time just catching up with each other and how are things going. And yeah, everyone's starting off the school year really great, really busy for everyone. And I'm just eternally grateful that our board members joined us for that time. And we made a lot of great decisions, a lot of things that are certainly going to benefit the ASTE conference and make it spectacular. So thank you all to all our ASTE board members.
Yes. And it was the first board meeting that you presided over as ASTE president and that I presided over as executive director. And it was awesome to see our community show up. And I'm going to drop the link in just a second. If you want to be a part of our community, whether you're in Alaska or not, we want to invite you, and I will drop that link in just a second. But yeah, we appreciate all that you're doing. And if you're an educator and you're watching, we appreciate you so much. Now, there's some really big news, Anthony.
Big news.
Big news. Big
Huge
news. Tell us, yes. Call for proposals for ASTE is out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have released our call for proposals. We're asking all educators, professionals, anyone involved with education in any way, shape, or form to submit an abstract to present at ASTE. And there are lots of different options for you. There's 1 hour sessions, 2 hour sessions, 3 hour sessions, and potentially all day sessions if that's what you want to do. Each of these sessions do include a discounted rate on registration for the conference. So we're thanking you for providing your time and expertise and sharing it with our community. And so you could fill out the abstract on the link presented there, bit.ly/ASTE present 25. You could also find the link on our website, aste.org /conference. That will be the call for proposals there. We also have some links on our social media as well. So you're certain to find the dates. We are closing the call for proposals on October 15th, which gives us a good month and a half for people to think about what they want to present and submit those proposals to ASTE community. I will also say too that we would welcome any presentation that would deal with the theme of this year, which is story bites and storytelling and educational technology and how those all interweave together. So whatever you think is most creative, most effective for other educators to learn from your expertise.
I love that. How many years have you been going to ASTE? Even before you were on the board, do you know?
Let's see. I came to Kodiak in 2012. So I went to ASTE 2013 for the first time, and was the biggest ed tech conference that I had been to in my professional career. Had been there 3 years after that, and then another 3 years. So I'm thinking about 6 or 7 years that I've been going to ASTE. And I've presented, I believe, at every single one of them.
Awesome. And I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I'm just curious, what are your favorite sessions? What have they included?
Oh, gosh. Well, I think about last year, there were so many good sessions on AI. People who were sharing their insights, knowledge, and experience about artificial intelligence in the classroom and how it relates to education. We also had keynote speakers who talked about that as well. And I also, there was a session on AI that was supposed to happen, but the people presenting unfortunately had an emergency or something came up, and they asked, does any one of the board members want to step in and kind of fill in that session? So I did, off the cuff, not planned at all. And I just shared all the resources that I had accumulated and collected as it related to artificial intelligence and teaching and learning. And it was a really good session. It was a pretty full room, and it went pretty well. So those are some of my favorite. Anything that deals with like creative technology application, those are certainly my favorite.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, it's crazy to think that we're on like year 2. I feel like it was November of 2022 when AI, like, Chat GPT was super huge. And it's still like AI is still dominating the conversation in education. But now I feel like we're extending that conversation to how does AI help us as educators, obviously streamline our work, but also in a meaningful way. I've seen some great discussions on LinkedIn. If you're going to use AI, how are you going to use it in a way that is equitable? And I want to give a shout out to Ken Shelton and Dee Lanier. I probably said his name wrong. They're really taking a hold of that, and also Victoria Thompson. She's doing a lot of talks on that as well. And Holly Clark, of course, she always has so much good things to share about AI usage. But yeah, I can't wait to see how the conversation shifts this year. So if you are one of those people that love AI and you're using it well with your students, or just in the way that you process your lesson planning, or just whatever, we would love to hear that. And there's more than just AI though, right?
Oh yeah, there's so many different topics that educators could talk about. I mean, it's something as simple as pencil and paper. Like doesn't
What?
have to.
Wait, what?
It
Pencil
can
and
be.
paper
Yes,
at ASTE?
in fact, it has been in the past, although it integrated electronics, but ultimately it relied on paper and pencil. And it is, the name is not coming to me right now. Yeah, I'll think about it at some point, but it's you draw art, and then you're including very simple electronics like LEDs and wires, not wires, sorry, metallic tape, and you're creating circuits with the tape, and then you have the users will, touch the paper and it will turn a light on, or touch a certain area and a certain series of electronic signals will be sent out. And Chibitronics, that was the name, Chibitronics. And they had come to ASTE before and presented. It was a glorious sessions on the mixture between traditional art as well as electronics and technology. It was really fantastic.
And I was just being facetious when I was like, I think that most of us, we do think that there should be a good balance. And even I've been talking a little bit in our EduMatch also community about how, like, what does it mean, like when people say they want to limit the use of technology, or is it what they're trying to say, we want to use it meaningfully? And I think that would be a great session as well if you're a teacher who is balanced at pencil, paper, or traditional teaching with technology. You have that great balance. That would be an excellent presentation to share as well. So absolutely. Yeah. And also, like, social emotional, like, ed tech kind of reaches into all of the important domains when we're talking about whole child education and other things like that. So you don't have to be like the most techie person to submit a proposal. If you're using it in any capacity in education and you're using it well, and you feel like your message and the way that you use it would help other educators, we really invite you to submit that presentation. So yeah. Awesome. Yeah. All right. Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something?
Well, I could go on and on about all the different topics that teachers could share, but I think the thing that I'm really looking forward to is seeing the proposals that are submitted and really trying to pull out the threads of what people are wanting to present on. There are categories for the presentations, and they're kind of broad categories. So, and I believe you could select up to 3 separate categories when you go to submit. So don't get too caught up in what those categories are. There's always something that could change at a later time. But when you pick the categories, it's going to help us with the CVent app when you come to the conference and you're looking for specific sessions that meet your needs or your interests, you'll be able to whittle it down and kind of filter it to fit those needs and interests.
Right.
And so I'm really excited to see what that looks like and what presenters are going to be selecting.
Yeah,
And then,
I'm glad.
and sorry, on the 15th, we close it and then we send it off to our glorious volunteer board members who are on the scheduling committee, who will review the presentations. They'll notify you by December 2nd. And I'm certain that you're going to present. I don't think there's going to be an issue if you're not being rejected, unless it's like something about only paper and pencil. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. There's technology, like paper is technology, is it not? Pens and pencils are a form of technology.
There was a time when that was like leading edge technology, you know, and I guess I hadn't thought about that. But also, I like that you said that, because when you are filling out the call for proposals, it really, one of the questions is, who is your audience? And that really helps other people know which sessions that they want to go to. Like, is it admin? Is it for teachers? Is it for, you know, counselors, stuff like that? So for sure. I love that. And also, yeah, paper and pencil is considered technology, I guess. Not that but I mean, they used to call people computers before computers were a thing. And I thought about that. My daughter was watching the what is that with Katherine Johnson and the NASA crew? What is that movie?
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
Hidden Figures.
Yeah, Hidden Figures. Yep.
And those group of ladies, they were called computers, and I was really grappling with that last night. And I'm like, yeah, because they were computing. Because that's what they did. So that's what they were called.
A lot of the work.
Right, but they were people, computers, but they were computing. So anyway,
yeah.
All right. Okay, moving on. You found another great resource. Would you love to tell us about Kids to Careers? And I'll drop that link.
Yeah, so the Alaska Department of Education has an information exchange, which you could sign up for on their website, and they send you an email that has lots of information regarding education in the state. One of the resources that they shared was Kids to Careers, and the Kids to Careers is produced by the Alaska Commission on Post-Secondary Education, ACPE. They're providing all kinds of solutions for college, career, and technical training, providing educational planning tools and resources, advocacy, curriculum resources, all kinds of things. So what they provided here was a collection of lessons and activities that you could use directly in your classroom. It's a full set of curriculum. There's career prep discussions, there's presentations as a part of it, planning resources, student and family steps, resources directly for students like FAFSA completion assistance, high school calendar, curriculum resources, resources for families to be involved, such as the Alaska 529 if you want to invest in your child's education, as well as volunteers. I think soliciting volunteers who want to support this curriculum. And from what I saw in the email is it's curriculum for pre-K to fourth grade, fifth through 12th grade. So yeah, there's a whole slew of resources and information available for teachers and students and families. Yep. Absolutely 100% free. Yep.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
All right. What's up next? Oh yeah. And don't forget, for our ASTE community, we have Otis for Educators, free PD. And if you like PD and you have a long weekend ahead of you and you want to dive into some of those AI courses or any courses, because it's not just about AI, but if you're real, that's what I'm going to dive into, because I feel like I'm always behind, and that's what I'm going to be doing at mine end. Just make sure that you go to otis.tech.com, use that group code that is on the bottom, 28BDD3, And you've got free premium PD from Otis for Educators. So yeah.
Awesome.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
take advantage. We're really grateful that they're willing to share that with our community.
for sure. That is awesome. Well, Anthony, I don't have too much more to share with our community today. Do you have anything? I did think of something.
Oh,
I join our community. And who can
yes.
join our community?
Our Facebook community. So the Facebook community is Alaska Technology Educators. Did I get that right? Alaska.
ASTE, it's just facebook.com/group/ASTE Community.
Yeah, ASTE Community. So this community is we're kind of focusing on Facebook, and I know not everyone utilizes Facebook, and that's fine. But it's a good way to connect people together in a digital, virtual community where we could share resources, ideas, questions you might have. We had someone in there who was asking about a good French curriculum for asynchronous learning and received a few responses from members in that group. And so it's the perfect place if you have any questions or you want to share something with the group. It's absolutely perfect. And it's open to any educators in the state. You don't have to be an ASTE member to be in this group. You request to join, we'll see that you're an actual real human being, and then we will accept you into the group and welcome you to contribute and share and learn. And if you don't want to contribute, that's fine. I frequent a lot of groups and communities that I'm a lurker, as they call it. I lurk in the group and I grab stuff that's interesting to me. But if I find something that's good, I share it out with the community. So definitely encourage you to join in that group. And that allows us to have a discussion before the ASTE conference, during the ASTE conference, as well as after the ASTE conference. So continued communication and collaboration.
For sure. And what about educators who just want to learn from, Alaska, and they just want to be in an educator community they feel supported in? Could somebody from Montana also be in our ASTE community?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
As long as you're like an educator, and you are lifting up education.
Yeah, if you're involved in education in some way, shape, or form. And it's not just like not just your traditional teacher in the classroom, although we want classroom teachers.
Right.
Parents are educators too. And I am part of many homeschool communities of parents who are very involved in their students' education and who could benefit from the resources and discussions that are shared in that community.
I'm so glad that you said that, because for several years while we moved here, in fact, until last year, last year was the first year that all of my children were in public school. But so I homeschooled for at least 4 years. And there are so many amazing homeschool groups where they involve teachers that are like us, are certified, but they're also parents as teachers. Do you feel like they would also be a group that could submit a proposal for ASTE? Do you think that is something?
Absolutely. That is a whole new group that I think we haven't really tapped into before, but it is growing. The parents who have the ability to homeschool, need those resources and need a community in addition to the ones that are already there to be able to share ideas and resources. I'm part of a few homeschool community groups on Facebook, one of which is just for Alaskan homeschool families. And I see questions in there all the time in regards to technology and learning. And I know that a lot of families put together co-ops, and those co-ops kind of share the load of teaching and learning. And those co-ops could benefit greatly by sharing their resources with the ASTE community, whether that's on Facebook or as a presenter. I mean, how cool would it be for a presenter who does homeschool or is very involved in homeschool to share their knowledge with teachers and educators? And I'm certain that there's something they could learn from that as well. It's a community. We're all in this together. We're like one big village.
I love that you said that, because as a certified teacher, a public educator, like it's not a versus. It's not a public school or private versus private school versus homeschool. We are all in the business of educating our children. We all care about our children, and we all have something to share that will help each other and give insights to what we're doing. And I love that you said that. That would be such a cool thing to have this year at ASTE. 2025 story bites. Yeah. So before we leave, just remember, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There.
If you are an educator, whether you live in Alaska or not, maybe you've wanted to come here for years and you have got something to share that would enlighten all of us. We hope that you will submit that proposal at bit.ly/ASTEpresent25. And we invite you to come. And also all of our educators that are already part of our community, we hope that you're thinking now about what you're going to submit as well. We cannot wait. And make sure to join our community. And that bit.ly that I showed earlier was to our Facebook group, correct, Anthony?
Correct. Yep.
Awesome. All right. And that's, unless you have anything else to add, that's it for me.
Nope, that's all I have. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And if you want to be a part of the live stream, feel free to reach out.
Yes. Oh my gosh, please reach out. I am going to, and I love this music. I'm going to just end us with this music, but thanks for listening, everybody. And please, even if you haven't joined us live, if you see something on here that resonates or you have a question, drop us a comment. We will respond to you as quickly as we can. But we'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.